has arrived where I'm going to do the wood vinyl wrap on the door cards, maybe the dash if I've got enough time. I think the door cards are going to be the biggest thing because I actually need some spanners and tools to take the piano black trim off the door card in order to cover it and wrap it. I'm very happy with how the wrap has actually held up to the sun and the weather, and also scuffing and chucking my phone there and that kind of thing. It hasn't actually gotten any scratches on it, so I'm very, very happy with the way it has turned out. And I like the fact that you don't see any fingerprints on it. It actually looks very, very nice. So come with me on this roller coaster ride. Let's get the door cards off. I'm going to do each one at a time. I actually first want to see how much time it's going to take to do just one. So let's give it a whirl and see how far we get. I think one of the reasons I've been pushed to do this job is because my car went into the dealer for a service about 3 weeks ago, and this is how I got it back, because they took the door cards off in order to fix the light that wasn't working down here. Apparently there were clips missing, and they ordered clips for all 4 doors, so they had all 4 door pads off the car. And yeah, I got it back with this wonderful scratch, but unfortunately I only noticed this a few days ago. So I'm not filming having taken the door pad off, because I already did a video on that, and there'll be a link at the end of this video to that video to show you how to take the door pads off. So guys, just quickly, I want to just correct a statement that I made on the door trim pad removal video. Instead of lifting this portion up, you actually just pull it away. I actually took the entire rubber seal off, and that is actually not required. It's just like the old car. You just pull it away from the door, and there are clips on the side here where the door pad is actually clipping into. So just pull it away once you got all your door clips undone. It's pretty much the same for the front and the rear doors. Only difference with the rear doors is that you don't have that little screw that you need to undo here. So there's one less screw. So I'm going to go about taking the trim, the black piano trim off, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Torx screws here that I need to undo, and then I can actually just unclip those clips from the back and take it off the car. Just want to show you guys, I actually missed a screw. There's a screw right at the end, right down there. So that hole over there is where you're going to have another screw. I just need about that much space around the edge. Actually, I can take it all the way to there, and I'm just going to cut about this much out around it, and that's all I really need. So what I've done, guys, is I've put it on a cushion, and I've cleaned it up as best I can, just to make sure there are no fingerprints on there, because if there are, it could cause the vinyl not to stick. And I put it on a cushion because I don't want these clips and these guide pins to break while I'm applying pressure. And what I'm going to use, I'm just going to use a credit card to try and smooth it out, to get any, because there's a concave shape over here, just to get all the bubbles out. And I got my craft knife because I'm going to need to cut over there so that we can get and shape it around. Now the other thing I have as well is I do have my heat gun, and it may be necessary to heat it up on the edges to pull the wrap around these corners so that we don't have any creases. So I'm going to apply it starting at this side first, working my way to the thicker side, and I just hope I don't cock this up because I don't have a lot of wrap to mess around with. I just want to show you guys the only way to get the vinyl around these edges is to use a heat gun. And as you can see, I cut a piece around this one over here, this clip. I'm just going to score it over there and then cut a piece out so that there's enough to go down over this lip. And I'll cut all the excess off when I'm done. But I'm still busy with this part over here. And we just heat it up, bend it around. Just go slow, don't rush it, take your time. And to do this section, I am just using a credit card to heat it up just a little bit. Get the credit card around there and pull this around back. Now I've had to stick this thing down on, because I can't use the cushion anymore, so I've stuck it down on the worktop because it keeps wanting to move while you're working and you can't have it moving. It actually helps if you have it in a vise or a clamp or something that you can just use to hold it in place. But this is what I've done to make it easier for me. And you just do what is going to be easier for you. Right, so I've got that edge nicely done. The heat gun's pretty hot, so what I've got to do is just stretch it so that we have a nice fit. Right, so this is what it looks like before I've trimmed it. You can still see I've got bits of vinyl all over the place. So what I got to do now is, and I'm actually using silly putty to hold this thing in place, but I think on the whole it doesn't look too bad. I do have a couple of bubbles, so what I do with the bubbles is using my craft knife, you just prick it and use your thumb or the credit card and get the bubble out. You won't see that hole once you've smoothed it out. So just need it to wrap really nicely around the back. So I just want to be sure that each part that I do looks really, really good once it's done, and that it looks professional and that it looks like wood. You see here, we've got some creases here and the heat releases them and it allows you to fix it. But you've got to work quick and just take it a small piece at a time. So I've got some wrinkles over there I just want to work out. Some creases. And I'm going to get my credit card in there. So that it's really, really good. So I'm just cutting the excess off now. So this is the finished product. Just pan up. So that is what it looks like. And you can see the the grain in the wood. Now it is a little bit shiny here because I had to heat it up, but I'm not too concerned about that. That will go away. What I do have to do now is just score this off over there. And do this one over here. So this is what it looks like on the door, and quite a nice result, I think. Looks very good, especially around the edges. There are some marks where I did have some bubbles. I killed the bubbles, and as time goes by, we just need to let it settle. But as time goes by, it's going to settle nicely and all that will go away. So this is the finished product. This is what it looks like now. All the doors have been done. I have not done the dash because according to the manual, the dash, this part of the dash simply unclips by 3 clips. And I tried to get it unclipped, but it just isn't budging. And I don't want to break it, so I'm gonna ask the dealer if they can help me take that stuff off, and hopefully they can. And if they can get it off for me, I will do that as well. The bubbles that were on the driver's door have gone away. There were just a few minor ones, but I love the matte feel of this and the grain, and everything just looks really, really good. I'll give you a closer pic of the grain. It looks very, very nice. And it looks like wood. So it looks like the car's fitted with wood from the factory. And I had a couple of bubbles here and they have gone away. I'll be honest, it wasn't an easy job. It took me about an hour per door. So it took me about 4 hours in total. And my hands are very, very sore. My fingers are raw from being burnt by the heat gun, and also just trying to get clips off the electric clips undone inside the door trim pads. I'm really, really pleased with the result. I think it looks great. And unfortunately I haven't been able to do the dash, but maybe I can do that in a few weeks' time. Unfortunately my videos won't be as much as they used to because I'm extremely busy. So I'm going to try my best to do all the mods that I set out to do. And yeah, you guys are along with me on the ride. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Cheers. Bye.